Hey guys, that's right. Dee here is back with a brand new episode of Table Cheese with Anton Sixxx and myself. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow. And guess what? Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 27 of Table Cheese. I am one of your hosts, Anton Sixxx. Joining me, as always, we have Dee of FTO Nerd Talk.
What up? What up? What is up? I'm at Radic Studios again.
Yep,
finally.
Radic Records.
Records, not studios.
Yep.
Records. We're at Radic
Yep.
Records.
Cheesy Controller Studio is going to be a whole nother thing, but that's in like the 10-year plan. I got some moves. But we're coming at you guys with a brand new episode.
We got a lot to talk about this week, man. I'm really pumped. A big thing happened this week.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy 16. Sony had a state of play that was specifically focused on Final Fantasy 16, hosted by Naoki Yoshida, Yoshi P for those in the community. And it was a 20-minute gameplay video where they showcased combat, they showcased menus, they showed you what the main, opening screen of the game. They showed so much stuff to get me so pumped because this game is looking like it's going to be bigger than even I realized. I knew it would be big. I knew it's going to be a JRPG, this massive epic thing. I knew there were going to be side quests. I knew there were going to be towns, stuff like that, like your JRPG relative staples, But the way that 16, watching this 20-minute state of play, I'm sure if you want to go in the game completely blind, you probably shouldn't watch this. But for me, I'm not as sensitive. I know
about stuff like that.
Knowing how much they're going to show, just judging, it looks like they only go up to the first real boss fight of the game.
But my real big takeaway is that they give you options. You can either put a lot of control automatically inside of it, or you can put your own kind of control and just take over completely. That was a big thing for me.
So that's one of the things as far as going over into this being the combat director for Devil May Cry 5 is the combat director on this game.
You see it in the sword work. In the sword handling, you can definitely see it in that.
Yeah, the combat is straight up Devil May Cry, and I'm here for it.
I mean, who isn't?
And so it gives the assist because this is going to be hardcore. This game's not going to be easy. That's something I realized looking at this. So at the top of the screen above the health bar, you have all these different icons that are showing you what accessories you're using, and you see them in the combat, and they have auto dodge and stuff like that. But I'm going to need my accessory slots to do more damage.
And I also heard I didn't watch all of it. I watched some of it. I heard that if you have the assistance turned on, you can't get all your points. You only get certain points.
Based.
Yeah.
So my thing is, and it takes up accessory slots, so you pretty much just have weapon and accessory. I think they go to the equip screen at some point in this state of play, and you have 3 accessory slots, and I'm not going to try and use those up for auto dodge, assisted dodge, auto attack. I'm going to really want to get into the combat, the deep dive, combo system of this game.
I was listening to them talk about this, and they called it future fantasy, the genre of this here.
Well, this is one of the more classic, in the past. This is more medieval-esque.
But it's not steampunk.
Right.
And you couldn't really put any other term attached to this, genre-wise. Because
fantasy, other than just general fantasy.
Exactly. And the only reason why I say this is because having that assistance, having that dodge assistance or the attack assistance, that's an accessory. And that's very in the mindset of Final Fantasy. You won't see any other kind of game doing something like this. At least I haven't seen something like this.
Well, I mean, they will have it where Bayonetta and certain other of these action games will have. This is kind of taking it in the Final Fantasy direction.
Okay.
In my opinion, this is Final Fantasy's take on Devil May Cry. Seeing a Japanese third-person character action game and being we want to do that. Because you've seen them want to do that throughout the series. A lot of the cinematics, they want to have that shonen protagonist. And what type of game makes you feel like that shonen protagonist the most? Third-person character action games. Like Bayonetta,
You ain't wrong.
Metal Gear Rising,
no, you're not
Nier
wrong.
Automata. Like, if you feel like a badass doing those inputs, but that's not for everybody.
No.
Like, that's... So it has that appeal for me where I'm not going to be using any of these assists.
Right.
But for the people that don't want to get into the combat system, don't want to learn how to time their dodges, don't want to have to, like, get the parry timing down, like all these different things that you think of in character action, they have the option for people that don't want to do that.
Okay.
AKA not me. They have those options for those people. Like, you can focus on the story, and I'm sure the story is going to be grand and epic, and I don't want to put too much faith in this game just yet.
Okay.
But I think it might be my game of the year. This is like early pickings of like
April
thing. I mean, I bought this game a couple months ago. I just like I had a little bit of extra money on the paycheck. I was like, I'm going to pre-order it so I don't have to think about it again.
He
so
said
like,
it's April. It could possibly be the game of the year. Well, you know what game it
it'll
won't be?
It doesn't come out till June, which is why it's kind of confusing that the game's done. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. As far as like the game went gold, they don't think they're going to need day one patch.
And
the game that's on the disc is just a game that's on the disc.
And you don't think that Jedi Survivor or I think Starfield's supposed to come out this year? Is that supposed to be this year?
Starfield?
Yeah.
Starfield's this year. But Starfield, like, I'm not a big Bethesda RPG guy.
Gotcha.
Like, Fallout 4, I liked for what Fallout 4 was, but...
And you're still on the fence about Diablo too, right?
Huh?
You're still on the fence about Diablo because you're playing that demo, aren't you?
Oh, well, Diablo, they've been talking about, like, their battle pass and their monetization. And it's coming out in June. And June, for me, is Street Fighter early June.
Yeah.
And Into the Spider-Verse, or Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 early June. Like, those are the things I'm focusing on early June. And then late June. So, I guess I'll give you the roadmap from here out.
All right.
There are going to be the staples in the background. Monster Hunter Sunbreak comes out on the 28th, so I'm going to be playing Sunbreak. I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. I'm playing Mario 3D World on Switch, which because I had Mario 3D World and I remember liking it on the Wii U.
Okay.
But my Wii U does. My Wii U works, but my Wii U's not hooked up. But like, it would take effort to play a game on my Wii U right now. So I got it on Switch because of the Mario movie.
Of course.
And we got to talk about that.
Oh, well,
I just realized it wasn't in the notes. You and I, Mario movie. We haven't talked on.
That was the title for the last episode, but we didn't talk about it. Not much. We just talked around it.
Yeah, but this one will be Final Fantasy. As much so, I got a notification. Sacred Symbols, one of the podcasts I listen to regularly. They put up a new episode where they talked about the state of play because they're a PlayStation podcast. Sony does a state of play. Obviously, it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Obviously, this is kind of in the wheelhouse of what they talk about. And
Makes sense.
It's just they put their logo on one of the like screenshots. Says my wallpaper is like rotating, and I have like Nier Automata art. I have Final Fantasy 14, like the Endwalker logo. I have Gundam Witch from Mercury. I just get like 4K wallpapers, and I just have a folder that like as I like things.
A lot like your office, essentially, right?
Well, I feel like my wallpaper folder is it evolves a lot more. Like my office is just shit comes in and piles the fuck up. But and you told me your kids listen. I'm gonna try and not use profanity.
It's fine. I've said worse. It's fine.
I'm gonna try and keep it on the straight and narrow. You know, family friendly show. I can't be 100% vulgar, Anton.
Oh God, I forgot they do. I think that's why I started like not swearing on the shows for a while because like I do one episode, but you know, again, like they've heard worse.
Okay,
it's fine.
Shout out Dee's kids.
Yeah, hey guys, go to bed.
Go to bed. But Dad, it's 10 a.m. Go to bed.
Time for a nap. But yeah, it seems like June's gonna be a fun time for games, and like you know, this may be your potential game of the year. We'll come back to that back in December, absolutely. But this game does look like fun, man. Like I'm watching the gameplay right now, and the attack system is a lot like Devil May Cry, and the fact that you can do it yourself with combos, or you can just let it do it automatically. Dude, that's
Torgal. You get your wolf companion. He's a good boy.
I mean, nothing really beats a chocobo, but I feel you.
Well,
you know.
I mean, you have a chocobo.
There's a chocobo.
Like they've shown.
I saw it.
Yeah. So.
They give you everything in this game, but with black people. But that's a conversation for a different episode. And make sure you check out Cheese and Controller for that full conversation.
Yep. Next week I'll be defending the fact that I really want to play this game. And I've pre-ordered the most expensive version that I can pre-order.
That I respect. I respect that answer more than anything else we talked about prior to this episode. I just really want to play this game, man. Like, that's it. That's all I want to do is just play this game. You know what? Respect.
It's my most anticipated game. Like, so we were going down the roadmap.
All right.
So April 28th, Sunbreak's coming to PlayStation.
Gotcha.
I will do a lot of the things that were just busy work that I have to grind out. Working towards the base Rise Platinum. So potentially by the beginning of May, I may have Platinum at least base Rise and have some super rare trophies out of Sunbreak. But then after that is Tears of the Kingdom. Mid-May, I think May 12th. I really don't want to play this game on Switch. I've gotten so used to and comfortable playing on my PS5. It is my main gaming system. My Steam Deck is like probably behind that, I'd say, but
I can't deny that.
My Switch, I bought Mario 3D
I can't deny
World,
that, yeah.
And I've been playing my Switch, and
it's a different kind of feeling playing games with that controller.
It's an inferior experience, is what it is.
I don't. If anyone who works for Nintendo is listening to this, I do not agree with that sentiment. But it is a very difficult game experience.
Nintendo. See, here's the thing. Nintendo would probably never sponsor me if they were to sponsor me. Like,
at least you're honest about that. I feel the same way about Marvel. So there you go.
The thing is, it's like, Nintendo, I love you. I love your games. I love your exclusives. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time. But the Switch is 6 years old, and I'm going to have to play Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I'm playing Mario handheld. And, like, Mario movie got me stoked. There's the only Mario game out that I don't own and haven't played, like, that's readily available on Switch is 3D World.
That's what I'm playing the same thing. My kids are playing that. My son loves Odyssey.
I played and beat Odyssey the year it came out because it was between that and Breath of the Wild.
Odyssey was boring.
No, dude, Odyssey, we just, like, last guest.
My son loves it.
Odyssey's great. The Bowser's Castle, feudal Japan. Man, Odyssey.
It's so boring.
No, Odyssey is. The jungle
you sound like my kid. He's 6 years old. He will not.
I'm always asks. He always asks. I'm about to be 29. I forgot how old I was.
You guys got the same energy, the very same energy.
Oh yeah, like I went to see the movie and we were in theaters. Like Angelina and I went, and it was like. We knew it was coming out in April before we had a date, and I was like, yeah. So, like, one of the things kind of for my birthday is I want to go see the Mario movie. And, like, we'll regularly go see movies for my birthday. Like, we saw the Demon Slayer movie for my birthday a couple of years ago. Yeah, so we went to see the Mario movie opening weekend, and it's a bunch of kids, and it's me and my Mario. Like, I think you've seen my long-sleeve Mario shirt. Yeah. I wore it on Mario Day to work. But yeah, I wore that, and so it's a bunch of kids, like parents with their kids, looking at me and Angelina. It's just a newlywed couple.
Where's your kids?
They're further down the road. Don't worry, it'll happen.
They're time travelers.
Don't be horny for my babies, all right? That's how you always shut down the questions about when are you having kids. Why are you being horny about my baby?
I do too. Oh man, but yeah, it's an interesting game. It looks nice. It's very pretty. It's fluid as hell. It's just like it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't feel like a traditional Mario game. I know that's the point.
It's the evolution. So like 3D Mario's, because they put out that pack that was 64, which I have physically because they only sold it for a limited time. So that is one of the more recent Switch physical games I have, but
you get a little sunshine out of this too. At least I feel like some sunshine.
Yeah, so the lineage is Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, Odyssey. As far as like that line, and so like for me, I didn't have a Nintendo 64, so like I've played 64, but I've never like owned and really like I
get
own
that.
it now, but I don't have the time. I'm not about to go play a Nintendo 64 game right now. Like, I know that it's a blind spot in gaming for me, especially as somebody who really enjoys Mario games, but...
See, here's a big kick. My kid wants to play a 2 players too, and like I'm not sure if you ever played this game with 2 players.
Yeah, I mean...
You played this game with 2 players before.
Odyssey? No.
Yeah.
No.
Do not. Have you? What are your thoughts on that? I know you don't have a microphone. If you get a microphone next to you, I want to hear what you got to say, but like, please, here, take mine.
It was primarily to occupy my niece and nephew.
But did you enjoy it?
The reason I did not enjoy it is primarily because from the lineage of Mario games, the movement can be so technical that if you do not have the
It's
correct
like a crazy-
timings and
like,
shit,
so-
you're just gonna lose.
The camera's gonna mess you over every single time. Yeah. And like my kid gets so angry when I don't want to do I can't do 2 player on Odyssey. I'll play 3D World. I'll even play Bowser's Castle, but I cannot.
Yeah, because it doesn't...
Yeah.
But navigating
Heavens no, my friend. I can't. Son, I love you dearly. I know you love this game. I cannot do 2 play. I'll watch you play as far as I'll go. I'll do a let's play with you.
Yeah. Kirby. Have you gotten your kids Kirby and the Forgotten Land?
My kid has the Super NES, the Super NES pack that you get on Switch.
Yeah.
He plays the Kirby on that one.
You should. This is one that I'd recommend definitely for like younger audiences.
Is this it right here? You pull it
Yeah.
up?
This is like a full 3D open world like Kirby. And like Kirby games are never like super hard, but this will like introduce them into like... This seems like it's a game that appeals to adults that are gamers. Like I know Darren from the Rusty Rupees. He comes up all the time because I play games with him all the time. Like...
I just realized, like, from the last episode, you said he's in California, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Had no idea. This is
he came
cool.
to Atlanta once, and we're trying to get him to come back.
Hey, that event you were talking about prior to, that may be the way to go about it, man. That little soiree you're talking about. This is cool. No, I feel like my kid would love this. Which Kirby is this?
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Kirby and the
It's
Forgotten
60,
Land.
so I can't really justify it for myself. But like, if you got a kid that's like getting deep into like first-party Nintendo games that really enjoys playing Switch stuff, this is one that I'd shout out.
Like my 5-year-old may like this too. Like she's been wanting to play games with her siblings or play games by herself, and she likes 3D World because like the way it looks. But she doesn't like playing with those two.
It seems like kids like Kirby more than Mario.
I can see that. I
And
can
so-
definitely see that.
And this is like for this to be a Kirby game.
Radic said you got a niece. Like your niece may be into this too, right?
Possibly, but I don't know if she's a gamer yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
hasn't crossed that threshold
There's
yet. Huh?
always that kind of stage with like kids where it's like they get introduced to video games and it's like, are you going to stick with it or
Or was it just like hanging around, just to hang around? You
right?
know?
Is it just another toy or is it like because there's a difference, like
Yeah.
because that's like a thing. Like I have every game system and like when I eventually have kids, like that'll be something like yeah, you have access to just everything. Like, if there's a game that I don't have, you know I'll just get it because...
Can I talk about that as a dad and like and stuff like that? Is that cool to talk about? Like take a break?
I'm down. I'm down for some, as a future hopeful dad, I'll take some like active dad like combat training.
Having comics, having video games, and like your favorite childhood TV shows around all the time is awesome and can be beneficial. But if they ain't into it, there's nothing in the world you can do to get them into it.
Yeah, but that's not my goal. Like Angelina, there are certain things that we're both into, and there are things that she knows that I'm into.
Right.
But I'm not like Angelina doesn't know or care anything about Monster Hunter or Final Fantasy, and that's fine with me.
Sounds like Jessica, yeah.
And so like that's with me. Like they'll have access, and like if my kid becomes a gamer, cool. But like that'll just be something that's around because like whatever Nintendo system, like I got a Game Boy when I was 5. You're gonna get whatever the newest Nintendo handheld
Whether I want it or not. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I'm on my third Nintendo.
You're not going to be mad about getting a Nintendo for Christmas. Like, timeless. It's been decades at this point. It proves it works.
They've lost 2, so I'm on my third one. So, like, you're right. No matter what, I'm getting a new Nintendo. So, you're absolutely correct. 100%.
Right. It fits within that price range. I know that
every time
they'll have access to stuff that's age appropriate. Like,
it's kind of hard to say no to it because that's how Nintendo keeps winning as much as they do because they do.
And then they have people like me that grew up on it that like I really want Kirby in the Forgotten Land, but
what's the game we were just talking about?
Tears of the Kingdom.
There you go.
That's money that's mentally spent. I haven't spent it physically yet, but
here's the other cool part though. Like now they're branching themselves out like into what we're going to be talking about here in a second is the Mario. Like they got the movie now.
Yeah, and so like having the movie. Radic, have you seen the movie? I mean, I guess
you haven't seen
really,
it, dude. It's
we won't. You can't really spoil it. It's the Mario movie.
Yeah.
So just like, and you've seen kind of all the big set pieces, like. The reason to watch the movie is the Easter eggs at this point.
Yeah.
Because they are so fast and furious. Like, you can't even process the last Easter egg you saw by the time
because there's so many
Easter
of them.
Egg
like there's one scene where you're watching like the Mario Karts getting made. And
they're playing the da 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 da.
Yeah,
like from Mario Kart.
There were so many different Easter eggs in the background while I was having it.
The
so many.
Workshop, in the town, like the general store, like the R-Wing in Mario's room, and then he's playing Balloon Fight on NES. Like when I tell you, you don't even have time to process
the way the characters move inside the movie. Like it looks like the character from like the N64 games at times.
Yeah,
like, it's
a lot
crazy.
of times, like I watched a video on New Rockstars. I don't know if you've seen. That's just like a movie YouTube channel that I watch sometimes. I mostly watch them for Marvel stuff, but they did a breakdown of like all the Easter eggs in the Mario movie, and I'm like, I missed this because I was looking at that, of the screen, and that was happening over there.
You need 5 sets of eyes, man. Like my kid was calling something out. Like sadly though, for me, I had to walk out a few times.
Some kid called one thing out
that you missed.
At one point. No, it was something I noticed too, but like they called it out, and I just can't remember what it was because I was like, "Yeah, that kid knows."
Heard someone screaming out like "Kasu Mario!" Like, yeah, dude, they get it. I do hear a few people out there talking crap about like the story of the Mario movie, like, and then they go on and say like it's for kids.
It's a kids movie.
Just move on from that. Like if the story doesn't hit you, move on.
I mean, it's paper thin. It's an hour-and-a-half movie. Like it is just fan service for people that like Mario. It's a kids movie.
Period.
There's no real message to the movie. It's not like. It's not cinematic greatness. Like it's not. It's not Christopher Nolan.
Exactly.
It's the Mario movie. Shigeru Miyamoto was involved. There are things that I'm excited for the next Mario game for. Because the Mario movie made them new iconic things for Mario to do. Like the down with like the hat, like when he's about to let's go. Like that's gonna be in the next game.
Dude, there were so many of those. Like all of his catchphrases were mostly put in slow motion, and it was absolutely hilarious.
And that's one of the Easter eggs is like them being plumbers was reflected in the Bowser fight because like when Bowser shoots the fire and Luigi reflects it, like he reflected the water with the mirror.
Loved it.
And like Mario dodging the dog I mean,
it was so fun.
The dog had me worried because we go in, we know it's Illumination. We're getting Illumination trailers ahead of it. Secret Life of Pets, Minions, all this stuff. I'm worried. Like that was one of my concerns.
Really?
In, was how Illumination is this going to be, but how Nintendo is this going to be?
I was worried about the voice acting, to be honest.
Oh no, I knew Chris Pratt would have to rise to the occasion. Like Chris Pratt had the potential to be the worst part, but he did an all-right job. But everybody else, I'm like Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, yes. Jack Black as Bowser, yes.
Hell yes.
He sold the show. Taylor-Joy as Peach.
She was great.
Yes,
she was really good. Yeah. She tried to steal the show, but Jack Black's like, you know what, I got this.
Right, Jack Black is
just give me a sec. Let me do my thing.
Peaches.
yeah. Good guys, man.
Have you
Like,
heard Peaches?
I mean, I feel like even if you haven't seen the movie, you had to have heard this song.
See, it was getting recommended for me on YouTube the day I was going to watch the movie. I was like, I cannot watch this music video until I've seen this movie. And I came out the movie singing the song. I was like,
Bro, he may get an Oscar for this song. Like,
yeah,
I'm just saying he may. It could happen, dude.
Yeah, it's in the cards. Like, it'll be a whole nerd internet thing.
It most definitely
and
will.
you know the Emmys need ratings. So,
Yeah.
Like, and that's one way is get Jack Black dressed as Bowser to come on stage because he's like, now he has multiple Bowser fits. And that's been like one of my favorite things. He had the suit with the spikes on the back at the premiere. He went on like a couple morning shows and like Amazon bought Bowser costume.
And even like in the video, he had like the green suit with the helm on. Yeah, man.
So that's two different formal suits. So we at least have 3 variants of Jack Black dressed as Bowser.
He calls them variants.
And that
I love it. He calls them variants. I love it.
I would definitely watch.
The real cool part is like it actually is in character of Bowser to make a song like that.
Yeah,
Like the Mario fans know like in
they
character.
announced that, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That's great.
Yeah,
like,
I can see Bowser doing
let's
that.
do that. Go with that. That's a good idea.
Oh, there it is. Like the yellow one, the neon one.
And then Charlie Day is Luigi. I was like, this movie is going to be a shit post. Like Charlie Day in Always Sunny. Like Charlie is
he put on his serious face and got
in
in
a
it.
show with Danny DeVito. How are you out acting Danny DeVito?
And he got a career from it. Yeah, he did a great job, man.
Right.
I'm happy for it. I really am.
And so, like, having Charlie Day as Luigi, I'm like, yes, I am on board with this. This is great. Because they announced the casting, there was no like clips, there was no nothing. There's just picture of character or
And
name
reading
of
names.
character and picture of celebrity. And I was outside of Chris Pratt, and Chris Pratt did a great job. I still want to just
Hey, yo,
we
it's
gave him
me,
a lot
Mario. God, he didn't bring that. He didn't bring that energy.
Yeah, he didn't have the.
I thought he was going to, but he did not bring that energy.
It felt like Mario.
Yeah, it did.
Charles Martinet was all over the movie too, which is great. He was the guy in the shop, and he was Mario's dad. Yeah.
And like he got kind of serious with Mario's dad role also, surprisingly. I was very like, all right, like
Yeah,
he
they
can get
did.
serious
They
too.
did the thing.
Yeah.
And, like they're getting success because they did the thing. They did the thing well, and like
Broke some
my
records.
coworkers are asking me. I'm like, I don't know.
Just go see the movie. Just go see it.
I'm like, yeah, it's a good movie, but I also can't be removed from the bias of the fact that it is the Mario movie. I'm like, it's a kids movie.
It's a kids movie. Yeah,
It's a kids.
It's a kids movie.
So I'm not like, I'm not going to tell my 50-year-old coworker.
Did you play the game when it came out?
No.
No, you didn't play. Okay, then
No.
probably don't go see the movie.
Yeah.
But did you play a game when it came out? Then go see the movie. Like run it. You're 50 or 60.
Right. If you've played a complete Mario game at any point,
Go see the movie.
go see the movie.
Bar none. Like you will get all those feels back. I'm getting happy just talking about this. to be
Yeah,
honest
it's a
with
great
you.
movie. I pre-ordered the
Radic, I
Blu-ray.
hope you go see it. I really hope you go see this movie.
Yeah.
Like you're a gamer, dude. Like you gotta go see this movie for sure.
Like, and it's so many deep cuts. Like, even if you have different references, like different touchstones, because there's a lot of Donkey Kong shit too.
Because you're a Donkey Kong guy, right?
I mean, the most Donkey Kong played was that multiplayer one. One that had that.
Not Tropical Freeze. Tropical Freeze is the only one I've really played. Ooh, Donkey Kong Country.
The one that had the multiplayer car.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't
Diddy
forget the
Kong
name, but I know what
Racing?
you're talking about. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had to dig in my Donkey Kong
Because the one you're talking
Duffy
about, that was NES. That was Super NES. That's the one you're talking about.
Country.
Yeah.
There wasn't a 64 Country.
I don't think so.
I think there was. It had like the expansion pack. And of course, as somebody who never owned a Nintendo 64, I shouldn't have any of this information. But somehow this shit's in my brain. So yeah, Radic, look it up. See if Donkey
gamer blood inside of you,
Donkey
man.
Kong 64, because I feel like that's how you got the expansion pack
Okay.
that you could use for the 64 with Majora's Mask. See? expansion pack included. I see a little thing in the corner
Good
of the
God.
box art.
Well, gotta get my
Yep,
prescription
expansion
updated.
pack included.
My goodness, dude. How the hell do you see that? All right.
Just because I knew it was there.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't absolutely know what that is, but
And-
also on Nintendo when they have that cut-in. Like,
Anton's a cyborg. It's fine. You got like cyborg eyes. It's whatever.
no, I need cyborg eyes. I was in the PSN talking about this. In recent history, I've had like 5 styes like scattered across my eyes.
All right.
And I've had pink eye. At this point, I want to plop these biological fuckers out and put like.
And go Luke Skywalker with your eyeballs, huh?
Yeah.
I know. I feel
If
it.
we start doing cybernetic implants, what's the first thing I need augmented? I need my eyeballs to not have just like the sensitivity to just the general environment.
I second that.
So, like, if I could, like, cosmetically prosthetic any part, if I could cyberpunk part of me, it'd be my eyes.
Nice. It always goes
Because,
back
like,
to
eye
cyberpunk.
strain's real. Like, I'll be playing games. Like, eye strain's a real thing. Like, I have good vision, but at the end of the day, like, just like what are these more physiological problems that I have with my eyes? It's like, it's not anything I could really do to prevent it. It's just they're sensitive, so I need to, yeah.
The gameplay of this is incredible.
This is where the Donkey Kong raps on. What's this? Donkey Kong 64? No
Yeah.
Country?
Like he pulled up some gameplay for us. Wow.
DK.
It's been a while
Donkey
since I've seen
Kong.
this in action. It's
Seth
like
Rogen. How do you feel about Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong? Because that was
See?
something.
seeing him do his Seth Rogen laugh while you see Donkey just like hanging his arm out the window, bro. My day could have ended with that, man. Like he did a Seth Rogen laugh as Donkey Kong, like he just like dicking around with Mario. That was the coolest thing I saw, and I was so dude. I am 100% serious. That got me, and I had to get up and get to the bathroom after I saw it. It's like I'm glad I got to see that before I got to take your little ass. We want to see this movie to the restroom again. So always, dude. I got off 4 times on that movie.
I do not. I am real good about like if I'm going to the theater, I'm not getting up. Like I'll. Oh yeah.
You are getting up whether you want to or not, man.
Nope.
Yeah, see that hand in your face, that says everything. That says it all right there. You're like, I missed out on some good clips because of that, man. But I'm glad I got to see that one because they were ripping on Mario about how he was flirting with Peach, and he was going about it in a poor way. And then he just started laughing, man.
That has just been weird. Like the whole Bowser marry me Peach, I'm gaining power so that I can have Peach marry me.
That's Bowser, though, dude.
I mean, that is Bowser, but like Odyssey, it was kind of over the top. Like it went kind of real past the weird line, and they kind of kept that same energy in this movie.
Yeah.
That was the thing of like,
Don't want my kids saying that.
I mean, I guess it'd be fine. Like, I mean, it's the Mario movie, it's a kids movie, but like that's weird. And like, if they ask, I'm like, no, that's weird. Don't do that. Don't
ever do that.
Don't be like Bowser.
Don't be like Bowser.
Because that's weird.
Bowser
And-
may look cool, but Bowser ain't cool. My kid loves watching Futurama. Like, judge me all you want. And my kid says, like, Bender's so cool. Bender's so, like, Bender does and say cool things all the time, but do not listen to Bender because Bender is a piece, all right? So, like, listen to him.
Right, Bender
laugh
is a
at him.
character, right? You can,
but don't be like Bender.
right?
Don't be like Bender.
You can laugh at Eric Cartman. Don't be
don't
Eric
be
Cartman.
Eric Cartman. We don't want that.
Nobody wants an Eric Cartman.
No,
like
just
you,
don't.
you see the thing that like even his friends don't really like him. So do you want your friends to not really like you? I mean, go ahead, be my guest, but I'm gonna tell you the consequences.
Period.
So,
Period. So you get it. There it is.
so yeah, I feel like it's still like child appropriate. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
say, but to me as an adult, like
It was weird.
that's weird.
But, like, it's Bowser. And, like, Bowser, like, has kidnapped her. a
Yeah,
few
like
times, so.
yeah, he's done like so. We're not condoning any of the action.
None of that. Speaking of people who kidnap princesses, have you guys seen like how Ganon looks in this movie?
Oh yes, sir.
He is thotty as fuck inside that picture. My goodness.
I would want to do a Ganon cosplay because like the beard, like
I'm getting
and
I'm
the
getting
hair.
I'm getting my back like to look like Ganon. So absolutely. Have you seen like that picture of Ganon?
I just don't work out enough. Like I enjoy working out when I work out, and I tend to like I lose weight easily, like more easily than I gain muscle. So for me, it's just like I'll take my shirt off, but I'm not going to be the guy. I'm not going to be the first person to take my shirt off.
It gets harder the older you get. So you know.
Yeah, I mean.
Look at him. He's
yeah,
cut.
I'm not. Yeah. My pecs, my abs, my back, my arms, none of that.
See,
can't compare.
I'm getting to that point. And like, yeah, wear the baggy pants because the legs are always smaller than the top of the body. So, you know how it is.
No, my legs, like, I'm a piece all that.
Oh, yeah, it's like granite? Gotcha.
Kick the shit out of somebody. Right.
Unless it's a paper.
That's an island thing,
Unless it's a paper clip, and then, then we got some trouble.
Right.
His 1 week, that's his kryptonite. Too soon, Anton? I'm sorry.
Well, no, so I wore those same pants, and I was like, I had to ask one of my coworkers. I'm like, all right, is there a belt substitute before I paperclip my pants? And good to know I've lost enough weight that I was able to put the buckle or the button through the first belt loop and button it, and that shit. I was like, shit, I've lost enough weight that I have a pair of pants that I can loop with and keep them up, and I'm like, all right.
We put the safety pin in the garbage, never to be seen again.
Right. Oh, yeah. I took pictures to memorialize the paper clips that took me out.
You sent them to people, too. I remember that. I remember seeing that gash, and you're like, yeah, it was gnarly, for lack of a better word. Whew. My goodness. Did he show it to you?
Oh, yeah. I was in the PSN party, I think, with him, and, like, shit happened, and then I like, turned off my PlayStation, and I got in the PSN party on my phone in the ambulance. I'm like, hey, so cut open my knee, bleeding a lot, on the way to the hospital. I'll be back. Yeah, like.
Right? Dude, he called me the next day after all this happened. Like he's laying in bed after.
Oh, no, the Discord, we have, like, some, like, Discord channels that are just for the boys.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't even know how to describe them because I'm not like, I realize that they come up, they're known referenced as the Patreon channels. Like there are certain tiers you have to be in the Discord, certain levels of activity. There's trials and tribulations to become.
You got to earn those positions.
You have
folks.
to be able to
earn them.
You have to be able to sit on the council.
The Council of Cheese? Yeah.
It's just the council. There's no, just the council.
I like it.
A Tribe Called Quest, a pimp named Slickback, the council.
The council. Gotcha. See, now I gotta start getting inside these Discord forums.
Hey man, you gotta be more active on the Discord.
Gotta get on it. Gotta get on it.
Being on a podcast with me is one good way to like, but there are other.
You gotta pass that smell test. Yeah.
Because I do not like. I do technically have the power to just give you access, but I can't just do that because I am a
member.
Yeah, of the council. So the council. This needs to be a council decision.
Radic, we gotta get you like a soundboard, so where he says the council, like you press
the
the button exactly. Whenever it says the council, like a noise comes like the council. I'm here.
You just John the Unseen plays.
I'm here.
So yeah, Radic made a song about that was like John Cena's like Dark Souls boss music. But
that's cool.
So John the Unseen.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I cannot wait to hear
John
this.
the Unseen.
If I have a link for this, I will post that inside the description for you guys.
Is that available anywhere? No, that's.
Oh.
This is an unreleased demo of John the Unseen. Sorry, listeners.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to burst some bubbles out there. That's on me.
Right.
Oh,
the
man.
possibility.
Did you guys hear about the Max? Like HBO is dead. You guys hear about that? Like HBO.
It's not
HBO, it's dead now. HBO is gone. It's only Max.
Yeah, but I mean the app's called Max, but House of the Dragon's still coming back. Last of Us is still coming back.
On Max, not
Yeah.
HBO Max.
Yeah, but it's them dropping the HBO. It's semantic.
It's not.
It
'Cause
is.
It's not TV. It's HBO, man. Like that was that.
Yeah, that
See,
was
that's a
the
generational
thing.
divide right
That
there. That's what that
was
is.
the thing.
Like
I can recognize that was a thing, but at this point, everything's semantics.
Oh my
Because
God.
Marvel had the Netflix shows. Like we go through these periods, and like
I feel
if
that.
they renamed Facebook Meta,
Right.
like the company Facebook that we refer to. Like when people talk about Google owns everything, Alphabet. owns everything.
Yeah, Alphabet.
But so it's semantics. So people are still going to call it HBO Max
for a while.
for a while, and
Yeah.
then the name Max is going to come on. But the HBO branding will go. The HBO branding will be a sub brand under that.
I hope so.
Because
I hope so.
they spent too much money. House of the Dragon's coming back. Last of Us is coming back because it doesn't make, and those will probably be HBO branded things because they're still going to be using the same production pipelines and stuff.
They are, but like I feel like it's going to be under the Max umbrella. And the only reason why I'm getting so like
Star
hot
Wars.
about this,
Star Wars is under Disney Plus.
the Disney umbrella, yeah. But like that doesn't feel a little weird to you at times.
I mean, it's the modern age we live in. I mean,
I suppose
everything's monopolistic as hell, and
Yeah.
people just pretend like it isn't.
Yeah.
And IP are bought and sold and transferred, and
You're
like
not wrong there either.
everything is owned by somebody, and those somebodies are always being bought. Microsoft's about to buy Activision, like to get back into gaming. Like
Yeah.
PlayStation bought Bungie. Well, Sony bought Bungie. PlayStation, the sub brand of Sony, did not buy Bungie. Sony, the super brand.
See, like hearing you say that, like it makes me think about like television and movie properties now. Like I didn't even like put that into like my scope of realm. Like to even
Yeah,
put that
think
out
about just any
there. I
IP.
did not even like
Everything
factor
is
into that.
owned by somebody, and it gets bought and sold and transferred and flipped and dipped and tossed and bossed and
It just
because
feels very-
Scooby Doo
it's Warner
Scooby Doo
Brothers.
came on Cartoon Network, right? So it's,
Hanna-Barbera.
well, I'm trying to think. So Hanna-Barbera,
Yeah.
was that a network? That was a show.
It was just like a company that created cartoons.
Oh, okay.
And,
So they
you
were
know,
like
this
a
is before
Pixar.
all
They
that.
were like a Illumination. They were like a
Yeah, like an independent company,
okay.
and they just made like cartoon shows, and like they
And
were
then
on
they were
certain
bought by
channels.
Warner,
Yeah.
and then Warner was bought by Discovery,
Yeah.
and then like
Actually, they were bought by AT&T first, then they were bought by Discovery. But yeah,
were they bought from AT&T or
No.
did Discovery buy
they
AT&T
bought
somehow?
AT&T.
Oh yeah, so right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
Everything.
doesn't.
I Mint Mobile is my service provider. Guess who they just got bought by? All of this stuff is ethereal. It's
Yeah,
semantics.
I know.
I like watching anime. You're not like anime is going to be anime.
But you say
But
that.
anime
but
will
isn't there like
be-
a mini war about sub and dub with anime fans?
I mean, that's one of those more childish things.
Yeah.
Like I will watch both. There are certain shows I watch dub, then watch sub. There are certain shows I watch sub, then dub. There are certain shows I only watch dub. There are certain shows I only watch sub.
Yeah, that's you. But like the culture, there is like a
I
set
mean-
of people who take that stuff kind of serious.
Grow up? I don't know.
I like that response. Good answer, Anton. I like that. Grow up. Grow up.
Like I'm a PlayStation fan, and like I'll joke about being tribalistic
That was
about
a
it,
thing,
but I
yeah.
also have a Nintendo Switch on my desk. I have a PC.
Mhm.
I have
Steam
an
Deck.
Xbox. I have a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like all this stuff's ethereal. You know, Sega used to make hardware. Now Sega is
Just
just
makes games.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes games for everybody. So like there was a period of time where Sony, the PlayStation, and Sega were competing, and now Sega games come out on PlayStation. Like all of this stuff is ethereal.
It
like
is.
so
It is. You're right.
like Mortal Kombat versus like crossovers are great. I enjoy crossovers, and you know how crossovers get happen? Money. And you know who has money? These corporations. Let them blow it on shit that I get to enjoy at the end of the day.
At the end
Like-
of the day, that is what matters. I'm still waiting for my amalgam. DC and Marvel, whenever you guys like stop dicking around with the fans, make me an amalgam. So you know what? It is all like materialistic. It is all like trivial at the end of the day.
Cool shit happens, man. Like I play Fortnite
I miss
crossovers.
gimmicks. I miss a good gimmick. Too many people complain about gimmicks like they complain about origin stories. Like, and now we don't have either of those things anymore. I like gimmicks. I want to see more of them. Like you're humming. Like gimmick can be fun sometimes, right? Like I heard someone say like some of the best April Fool jokes are from gaming companies.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, the
I
thing
believe
is,
it.
when they actually the best April Fool's Day jokes are when they actually make the thing.
Yeah.
Like instead of just talking about it, or maybe like we're gonna like and having the video and whatever, but when you actually make the thing.
Oh my God!
Was
I
that an
forgot
April
about that.
Fool's? I have.
It's a gimmick.
It was a solid game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a gimmick.
It was hilarious. Like they were.
I have a copy of Sneak King physically on my shelf, so because they were given like they were just being given out. So like eBay, you go on there $2, you get a copy of Sneak King.
And there you go.
Knock yourself out.
I do miss a good gimmick though. Like gimmicks can be fun. Like some of the cards, like the trading cards, those were gimmicks. Some of the cool variant covers of like the hip hop artists Marvel covers that came out a while back, gimmicks.
Yeah,
Like gimmicks can be a good time, and
like they make money. Like
Yeah.
that's at the end of the day, because like the thing is, we're getting to. I mean, we're past the point in certain ways,
right.
where the internet exists. Everybody has a platform. Everybody has a soapbox to stand on.
Exactly.
So if you stand on a soapbox and shout, "We need a Crisis Core remake" on the internet for long enough, somebody somewhere.
Did you hear that? Did someone say something about Crisis Core? I don't know. Maybe some other people start talking about it. Get bigger.
I have the receipts. Go Cheesy Controller Podcast. Almost every episode ever recorded is available on podcast services around the world.
Yeah, there's that. There it is. I love it. I love like the non-shameless plug. It was like Anton. Other Anton has a. This is a Burger King game.
Yeah, the sneaking.
God, I remember this.
Well, would you sneak
This is back
and
in
give
the
people Burger King without them noticing, right?
This is like the original G4 days, like when they played videos like this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a original Xbox and Xbox 360 playable game. I wonder if it's backwards compatible on newer Xboxes, because that'd be a funny one to add. Like, I'm sure that's licensing hell, considering he has the Burger King logo on a chain. But, like, and I'm sure whatever company made this is either defunct or owned by some other gaming company. Like we said, all this shit.
Oh my God, the Cheddar Cheeto game, the Red Spot game. Oh my God, I forgot all about those gimmick games.
The Noid game.
The Domino's game,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Avoid the Noid. Jeez, I forgot about these games. We don't get enough gimmick games anymore, dude. I hate to diverge off.
We just got the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is like
over 1 million copies, right?
yeah. I mean, it was free, so like,
It's a deal, like a big deal that's worth talking about.
yeah. I mean, still, you can put 6 zeros behind the number of copies that it dropped. So,
There you go.
Which not everything can do that.
That's interesting. And that's the cool thing. I feel like a lot of us get jaded, and we don't realize we're getting jaded about certain things, and we can miss out on the cool stuff that's out there.
I'm down to seek out the cool stuff. It's just my standards are also high. Like as far as like if I'm watching a show, I want my show to be in 4K. If I'm watching a movie, I want my movie to be in 4K. If I'm playing my game, I want it running at 60 frames per second. Like, and so
I give you a hint. What helps with that? Taking a break from it, or diverging yourself off to something else.
I can't. If I stop gaming, you know how much shit would just like
Start piling up. Maybe that's what you
That's
need.
the thing. Like I am on the grind with gaming, and like I told you, I'm playing Mario 3D World, Final Fantasy. I'm getting my ninja leveled up. Monster Hunter. Last minute preparations for Sunbreak. I guess I need to like hop on that and just get ready.
You're on the precipice of gaming, dude. Like you're right on the edge of everything. When something comes out,
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
man.
stick your arm out and grab it.
Well, yeah, I already pre-ordered Sunbreak. So 16 and Sunbreak have already been paid for. So like I just don't have to worry about those. Those are just going to download. So now it's like the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters that don't let me pre-order them, like that I have to think about. And Street Fighter, like I'm holding off on pre-ordering that, but They have a presentation. I don't know if you saw this.
I haven't seen a presentation. For
There's
it, no.
going to be a Street Fighter 6 showcase on 420 hosted by Lil Wayne.
No, I have heard about that. Yeah. Like Lil Wayne, like he's a little troll, but you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing like how this is gonna look for sure.
It's a check, man.
That's all there is to it. Like
If you would pay me to host the Capcom Street Fighter
I'd
6
say yes.
showcase, I'd say yes.
I say yes.
Can't even knock him for.
No, I mean like I don't like Lil Wayne in general. But that's all. That's a conversation for a different episode.
Yeah, Lil Wayne. It's a long, complicated. Anybody who's been a celebrity for that stretch of time, like people have feelings. Like there was a time where Lil Wayne ruled the world.
Yeah.
Like Lil Wayne.
Like a black rapper playing a guitar? What? Oh, there's a black rapper who can play guitar also?
And then there was Truck Fit, and then there was like all the problems with lean and stuff like that, and so.
All right, we're gonna get into it. My whole thing is like him and the whole Trump getting pardoned by Trump thing. That was that was a whole weird bag of worms there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the whole Trump era was a bag of worms,
wasn't it? Just a stain on our entire generation. Sheesh.
A stain on American history, but we really can't get into the Trump fucking. We can't talk about number 45. Like
not until episode 30 at least. No, we can't. Even Apple says like, not today, son, not today.
All right, so Suicide Squad. We talked about it. Rumored delay for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah.
And I was said that even if they gave,
we got notes.
Oh no. Will you be able to edit this out? Radic, can you let Angelina in? She might be downstairs.
All right, we can take a pause. Take a little break.
Yeah, hit pause. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that interruption, but we had to take a quick break. Came back, restored and renewed.
Food.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that little snack will just like put you over the edge, man.
Dude, it does everything for you. I feel like a new person.
All right, so we had the one last story we were going to talk about. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League being delayed officially to 2024. Did they put out a video for the delay? Or did they just do like because what I saw was like a Twitter, just like a tweet about it. It'd be interesting if they did a video and like what they said. Because, so I have the post from them here. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will now launch on 2/2/24. We have made the tough but necessary decision to take the time needed to work on getting the game to the best quality experience for players. Thank you to our amazing community for the continued support, patience, and understanding. There is much more to share in the months ahead, and we look forward to seeing you in Metropolis next year.
Dude, that's like an admittance of failure right there, dude. Like that's a lot of stuff I would never have said out loud. Oh, man.
Well, I mean, they have to talk about the delay considering that game was originally supposed to be coming out in May.
But like,
they can't just go
past. Messed up.
I mean, and they're not even saying that they messed up. Like I said, it's not really going to be a matter of changing the game. Like, they're just going to be polishing it more, which means it was probably buggy and broken on top of all the things people don't like about it. So they're holding it for that because they're not going to be able to change the
interface of the game. No,
the format of the game. They can't.
No.
It's impossible.
And it's been 9 years since that last Rocksteady game, from my understanding.
Right. So let them. But when we initially talked about the rumors of the delay, I was saying just, put it out, let them get working on the next project. But instead, now at least until February of next year, they're going to be working on the same project that it doesn't seem like anybody wants.
They need to pump out those comics and get those characters established in the comic book world. Like, they can add like a Jace Fox. They can add a Jaime Reyes. They can add,
you were talking. You sent me like a voice message on Instagram talking about maybe this being multiversal and like some things that would interest you more about it. But the story's locked in.
The story's locked in, but you can add more characters, add some more cutscenes. Like, you can put that whole thing into all this. Like, just add more layers to it because that's what Fortnite doesn't have. It's the story aspect to it.
Well,
Like,
it does. You'd be surprised. The Fortnite lore.
in the actual gameplay game.
And I still don't really see the Fortnite in this. Like, outside of it being a third-person shooter, I don't see... Like, Fortnite's a battle royale. This is like a co-op campaign shooter. Like, I see a lot more of Crackdown and, like, stuff like that than I see Fortnite. But, like, people keep comparing. Like, I see a lot of comparisons that I don't feel like are the best.
Okay.
Because, like, people see third-person shooter, like...
And me to go Fortnite?
Yeah, because, I mean, Fortnite is the biggest third-person shooter, but, like, you wouldn't call this Gears of War.
No.
Because Gears of War, you're not zipping around, you're not flying.
are
But,
not.
I mean, it's third-person over-the-shoulder shooting.
What was that mech game everyone playing? Was it Titanfall? Was that the game everyone was?
Titanfall's first-person shooter campaign, and it's not co-op, so I wouldn't say
I
Titanfall.
didn't even say that.
But, like, you're shooting orbs, you're picking up orbs. That's real Crackdown. I see, like, superhero open-world city, like, multiplayer combat, which, like, as far as, like, in an open world like this, I don't think I've seen before, like, this specific thing, or at least I know I haven't personally played a game like this.
All right.
But as somebody who plays Fortnite, this ain't Fortnite.
Yeah, Radic was there playing when we first showed up. You say the same thing? Like it's not in the same wheelhouse of... Okay.
The only thing about it that might be Fortnite is the momentum of movement on the ground, but that's not enough.
Yeah, we just both.
But that's not enough of a overlap to qualify it as Fortnite-esque, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It just happens to be something that overlaps
It has the same
with Fortnite.
perspective.
Right. But yeah.
But as far as like the totality of what Fortnite is,
say it again. What would you compare it to? No, I think Anton was right on the money with Crackdown and stuff like that. Like Crackdown was a game I used to be excited about until I played it, and I'm like, I'm not having fun. But I
yeah,
also didn't have
Crackdown never
friends,
reached the
so-
highs that Crackdown would have been able to reach, and then they
Right.
like because Crackdown 3, they never even promised what the Crackdown fans really wanted. So we knew out the gate, even with Crackdown 3, that Crackdown wasn't going to be what the fans wanted. So, and I mean, and it sold poorly for it. And it's like this game. This game's not going to light the world on fire. This
No,
game's
it's
going to
not.
sell off the DC name. It's going to sell off the Suicide Squad game. Because that's the thing. Gotham Knights has sold it pretty respectably. But like,
For what it was, yeah.
yeah, and so and Hogwarts Legacy, even with all the
That
controversy,
did
that's topping the
really
charts.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It
so.
was number one for a couple of weeks, yeah.
I mean, for a period of time, it was selling faster than Elden Ring, the best-selling game of last year. So
Really, yeah. That goes that. With that episode, we got to talk about like the Max doing this Harry Potter TV show. I don't want to get into it now. But we got to talk about that in the future for sure. Maybe after that episode of Cheesy Controllers you got going on with the Final Fantasy, we'll come back and we'll talk about
We'll
that
come
Harry
back.
Potter show because I really
that's
want
gonna be a real controversial
Yes, it
day.
is.
Just
Yes,
talk
it
about
is.
all the controversies, race relations,
Oh my God!
American politics,
a damn
just-
turf. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to that. So definitely got to come back to that one. But I don't know. Just seeing that trailer alone, because I watched on my phone mode. I didn't watch it on television. That looked interesting. That maybe the delay is a good idea. It's gonna come out in February. It has like the DC brand attached to it. Like it may not be as Fortnite as you guys are saying it is, but like it still has like what most people would see as Fortnite, and like that enough will draw people at least to play it. And now there's controversy around this game, so I feel like all the stuff that's happening is only like hyping this game up for more and more people to talk about.
I mean, it's just putting the DC name in the front of more people's minds. So,
and they're fixing bugs on top of it. Like that's gonna make this game even more polished when it comes out in February.
well, whatever they're showing here is all vertical slices. All of this is going to be polished to a glimmering sheen because it's the trailer you're putting out.
Right.
It's like the scenes in the movies where like they're going to make that scene look as epic or as dramatic or as whatever in the trailer.
So you pull like that Leonardo fucking meme when you're pointing at the screen the entire time. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I know that. I remember that from the trailer. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, all of these trailers, all the gameplay they released is all going to be super pristine, but who's to say that that entire game is pristine? So maybe they're working on getting it to just the best possible form it could have been. Like, we don't know specifically what they're working on. And when the game comes out, a lot of times when games suffer major delays, they're like, sometimes it's make or break for the game.
Yeah.
I don't think like I said, this might become a games of service that like superhero DC fans specifically latch onto.
Yeah.
Because every game has its audience at the end of the day. A game wouldn't come out if nobody were to buy it. Even Balan Wonderworld, that travesty, that
Dude grabbed his nose. You guys couldn't see, but he just plugged his nose. Wow.
But yeah, for Balan Wonderworld, the game that every single button does the same thing. You control it with the analog stick in X, square, triangle, circle, R1, R2, L2, R2, like clicking in the sticks. They all do the exact same thing.
Oh no. That's what?
Yeah. It's a one button and one stick game, except you can use all the buttons to do the one button part.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah, it's a horrible game. Like we were talking about Kirby being recommended for your kids. Don't let your kids play Balan Wonderworld.
Very opposite, huh? This is what you don't want to tell your kids about.
And the creator of this game just got arrested for insider trading, so there's that layer on top of it.
All right.
But it's funny, like, getting his mugshot and stuff and, like, saying he's finally being punished for Balan Wonderworld.
you just itching to say that, weren't you? You were just itching to put that out there, dude.
Yuji Naka, it's a whole thing, because it was like he made Sonic the Hedgehog, and he made Nights into Dreams, and so, like, Yuji Naka was kind of a name, and then worked with Square Enix to make a new game, and it is... Balan Wonderworld is what we got. It has a free demo available on all the platforms, so if you want to try this, like, this heap of garbage, be my guest. I don't recommend buying it. Like, nobody buy Balan Wonderworld.
Hilarious.
Yeah, but
so you sound like me with an old boy. Yeah, it's a cool movie. It's interesting. Something to think about, but don't buy that. Don't watch that movie.
Right.
Please don't watch Old Boy.
There are so many other Square Enix games that are on the platform
like
that
Forsaken.
this is on.
Exactly.
Forspoken.
Is it Forspoken? See, he's correcting. That's how much.
I mean, honestly, Forspoken has some appealing aspects, but there's nothing about Balan One. There are no redeeming qualities.
None. I mean, like if one button does everything, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, like I wish they had like in this gameplay them bringing up hitting the pause button to bring up the menu so you could see the controls list. Because like if your suitability is jump, it'll be like the left stick is move, and then just every other button is jump. Or if your ability is spin or whatever, like it's your left stick is move, and every other button on the controller is spin.
Yeah, that can get very infuriating really quickly.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to hit on for this week's Table Cheese, D?
I always ask you, like every episode, like, what are you playing currently?
Final Fantasy 14. Been leveling up my
Still?
ninja. Yeah, I mean always.
Well, not always. Like sometimes you play some Monster Hunter.
Well, yeah, Monster Hunter, April 28th. Sunbreak's coming out, so like I kind of did all of like everything that's left is grindy in a way that's not even entertaining. So those will come naturally as I continue playing with Sunbreak. And one of our criticisms with base Monster Hunter Rise on Switch was that it didn't really have an end game, but Sunbreak has an end game. So, like, yes, Sunbreak will come out. I'll be back on Monster Hunter. I'll probably put down 14 for a little bit, but even that, we're supposed to be getting a patch for that in May with new raid and stuff, so I'm probably going to be doing that.
There's this link you sent me also from Mega Man.
Oh, yeah, Battle Network.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not super, I'm excited for that game, but that's not, near the top of the priority list when I have so many big IPs and time sinks and stuff. Like, I'm playing Mario, I'm playing Fortnite, I'm playing Final Fantasy. And with, heavy hitters like that, Mega Man Battle Network, that'd be something that'd be fun to pop in, but that's not something that's going to be a huge time.
I get that.
Like, I don't have the time to play through 10 Mega Man JRPGs that are tile-based strategy games. I can recognize they're good, and I mean, there was one that I played when I was a kid, so I'd probably load it up and play the one that I at least have some experience playing. But yeah, no, it's not. Like, I think it was on the list of games to check out this month because I'm fully aware of what it is, but there are people out there that probably enjoyed these games back in the day that don't necessarily know that they're getting a remaster that's coming to, I think, everything. Like, this might be one of the, it's a Capcom, not a Square Enix, so it really just might be on everything.
I do wonder, like, how much more remasters are happening as opposed to, say, when I was you guys' age and this was happening, like, say, in the mid to early 2000s, when I was in my 20s, like, how many remasters would happen that I didn't seem to recognize. I feel like it's a generational thing that we get, like, remastering some certain games.
For me, the remaster is just, I think they're gonna slow down a lot. Because with PS4 being every game that was available digitally on PS4 is on PS5, and almost every PS4 game that was available, period, is available digitally. So having that backwards compatibility and with like our modern sensibility, your Apple account still has the first app you ever downloaded.
Right.
So my PlayStation account still has the first digital PS4 game I ever bought.
Yeah, we just did that a while back with my PlayStation account. You gotta see like stuff from my Vita days. So yeah.
Right. So, and I mean, those licenses, there's like, sure, certain things get delisted, certain things poof out of existence. But for the most part, my copy of Monster Hunter World, I can go back to it anytime in perpetuity, hopefully, because like Xbox has gotten to the point with restoring original Xbox 360, Xbox One, and now Xbox Series. All of those games are available under one marketplace on their newest system.
Leave it to Table Cheese to put things into like perspective for you. I'd never even
Yeah,
thought about that until
PS4,
like, you just said it.
like the PS3 is weird because it was a cell architecture, and PS2 and PS1 are like more old archaic systems.
Huh.
But PS4 was x86, which is like the PC, like PS4 and Xbox One were the first ones to come out that were just like essentially PCs, but they just were game consoles. And so there's no reason, like if games are still being made in x86 architecture and aren't having to do any of these weird tricks that they had to work around the cell processor on the PS3, there's no reason that the PS6, I shouldn't be able to go download my digital copy of Infamous Second Son and play it. And I mean,
the days of remaster,
famous last words, but because I mean that we were just talking about the 3DS and Wii U eShop getting shut down, the PSP digital shop shut down, the PS3 and Vita shops are going to get shut down. But I'm hoping that the PS4 games that are available on the PS5 store will just.
When you say like that, makes it like a brand new type of microtransaction. So I get what you're saying. Just,
I mean, it's just your licenses being
expired,
carrying forward with you. Because think about it, if you bought a song on iTunes in the 90s, that song is still in your iTunes account if you still have that account. So if I still have my PlayStation account, I'm hoping that my PlayStation games that I bought back in 2013, because Resogun, like I got through PlayStation Plus, first month of the PS4 being out, and I can still play Resogun to this day, even though that PS4 that I bought it on is long dead. My PS4 Pro is completely unplugged and on the shelf for display, and I'm on my PS5, but I can still download that game. My saves are in the cloud, so I could download my save data. I mean, Xbox, to be fair, is a lot better at this than PlayStation is, but PlayStation, at least, there's no excuse not to at least go back to PS4 for the rest of time.
I noticed that with my PlayStation, when I had my 3 and with the 4, that
none of the games were backwards compatible.
That I could use my PlayStation Plus and like it was still like available to download. What it was able to play or not, is a whole different thing. But like it was like it gave me an option, like you want to download this to your device, and I could have that option to do so.
Well, that would be certain digital things, because I know like PS3 packages won't run on a PS4, won't run natively on a PS5.
But the option would still be there.
but you can stream the games.
Okay.
So that would be a thing. They have servers that are just PS3, like racks of PS3 servers that run PlayStation. It used to be called Now. Now it's called Plus Premium. So PlayStation Plus Premium, the tier that I'm on. Like if I wanted to play a PS3 game, like we were talking earlier about Lost Planet 2, and Lost Planet 2, one of the ways it's available to play on PlayStation is to stream it on PlayStation Plus Premium. And so
things are changing. You're right.
Yeah, everything is simple button presses or clicks or taps away at any given time, and
that's what consumers want, though. So
yeah, I mean, you'll pay for convenience in a lot of in a lot of senses. So
it goes back into that for listing you were talking about. Like, you know, everything is connected, so why wouldn't you make it easier for everyone to do what they need to do? Yeah, no, I get it.
Remaster Lost Planet 2 Capcom. All right, and with that, remember you can follow me, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. On Twitter, I am Anton Sixxx with 3 X's. D, where can people find you?
You can find me at FTO Nerd Talk, wherever you find FTO Nerd Talk. FTO Podcast, got new episodes every week. Want a table of cheese, want an FTO Podcast. And if you're following me on TikTok or Instagram, make sure you check out the April Arena that is still going strong. It's where I do fictional battles and you do simulations inside your head to see who's going to win it or not. I like explaining it like that because it's a nerdy way possible to talk about it. But
every time I've voted, I've just gone in and just like, which character do I prefer,
there
essentially.
It turns to a popularity contest sometimes,
Yeah.
It's a fun time. The people who I want to win usually never do, but it's whatever.
You set this matchup like, of course this person's going to win. They lose.
Every single time. I thought Doom was going to be Darkseid. Did not. I thought Parasite was going to be Hela. No, none of that happened. So it sometimes comes off as a popularity contest. It's fun, though.
All right. Well, until next time. Well, I guess this has been a Radic Records production. The video and audio version are edited by D of FTO Nerd Talk. And until next time, keep it cheesy.
And take it easy. Hey guys, D here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.